In the context of clinical trials, DE&I, or diversity, equity and inclusion, means that we represent the real-world populations that are going to live with this disease and that are potentially going to use the investigational medicine we're trying to research. Additionally, in DE&I, we try to look at how to make our trials accessible for a wide patient population so that we can ensure that multiple people can join the trial, even if they're living with a disability, or if they're from a specific race or ethnicity, or even if they're from the LGBTQ community.
By engaging with these communities very early on, we can understand what are their needs, what are their barriers for trial participation, so that we can co-create solutions addressing their needs and ultimately have more inclusive clinical trials.
Underserved communities are often overlooked in clinical trials, and so they often feel that one of the barriers is that they're not socially, economically viable because they work, and if they don't work, they don't get paid. And so quite often that's one of the barriers that they face when they're trying to get into a clinical trial. It takes lots of time, effort, and also a lot of the clinical trials are not based in their communities. They're usually located somewhere else, like a large hospital setting or a university setting, which is quite often very difficult for them to access. Never assume that you know what barriers they're facing. So in the Indigenous community, I've always approached them to say, can you tell me why, what barriers are you facing in getting a proper diagnosis when you need one? Is it lack of doctors? Is it lack of transportation? What are you facing? So never assume, always ask.
To achieve our diversity goals, I think it is important to team up and partner with different patient communities and diverse investigators. And DE&I means a lot of things. It can mean including people with disability, it can mean including people with different races, ethnicities, or backgrounds. But we have to talk to the people that actually are in these communities or that work with these communities.